Hello. Welcome back to Satisfactory. It's been like a month, I think, since we played this last, and I honestly don't remember exactly what we were doing. But we did get the blueprints unlocked. We started doing something to do with roads, and I think we're going to do tractor transport for some of our things we just started making. Let's go ahead and say hello to all the Garys, as we typically do. Got 4 of them here. Gary 4 has nothing for us. Also Gary 4. Gary 2's got some heavy modular frames. Gary 2 again, come on. Show me somebody else. Gary 3, there we go. Some Sam. And then Gary 1 has nothing, but that's okay. Thank you very much, Garys, for your time. Somewhere. Okay, that's where I'm storing the regular modular frames. Do I need the heavy ones right now? I don't think I do. I think I've been putting those in just regular storage here, but I can definitely put the SAM there. I don't see heavy modular frames. We're just going to stick that in there and just, you know, let it do what it's got to do. JoJo's were the previous playthrough. This is a new one. And because Gary became such a powerful meme, who was I to say no? Oh yeah, we built this monstrosity with all the giant signs and everything. But I'm pretty sure what I was attempting to do was extend these highways other places, but obviously we can't exactly do that at the moment if we don't have all the materials. Let's take a look, see what things are like over here. Yeah, we started this one new for Satisfactory 1.2 experimental, which was, I believe, sometime in March? Maybe? But I digress. I guess I could just show you since you're already here. I made blueprints for roads with access underneath in case we want to put some pipes or conveyors or whatever, and we have staircases to the outside. So this is designed so that we can have tractors and maybe trucks. Trucks might be a little too big for this. But we want them to be able to go back and forth between all these different areas, and that is what these placeholders are for here. Because I had not yet designed a sloped road structure. But that was the idea, was so that I could make something like that. That's why it's different materials, concrete and asphalt, so I know how many segments it's going to be. But if we were to go all the way up here, very slowly, then you'll see we're basically in a straight line to, I believe, yeah, see, oh, these stupid things spawned back in because I didn't put a machine up here. But this is Caterium, so we were attempting to make some sort of quick wire factory. I don't know if it's going to startle them or not, getting this close. Hopefully not. But continuing straight this way, I don't know if you can see it. I thought it was over here. Maybe it's not. Alright, well, now I have to remember where I put everything. Ah, okay, the steel area is over there. That's a different thing entirely. I don't know that I was going to be able to actually put the road there from this spot at least. But putting quick wire factory over here I think would be the smart thing to do, but we don't have the materials for that. Yeah, the Mark II miner, smelters, constructors. Is that math for the quick wire? I feel like it has to be. To put 20 constructors and 8 smelters on the miner Mark II. Yeah, that's probably exactly what it is. And then the height that this would be, because this is basically standing for the very bottom of the highway elevation blueprint. Yeah, so I've got to figure out what my other thing is. That's the part that's not exactly simple to do. Hello, actual Gary. Good to see you. So why don't we... Oh, I needed quick wire to make stuff to make the... Okay, alright, well, we got to go back. Got to go back, got to fight those stupid fly things and get some more... Caterium ore so I can make the rest of this stuff. Explosive rebar. That does sound convenient. Oh, that was a bad idea. I'm just trying to minimize my time doing all this nonsense because these things won't activate if you're crouched. So you kind of have to just sneak around. Let me just swipe these things. I already did it once, but they respawn if you don't have an actual building here. Yeah, just grab that real quick. This is a pure node also, so this is going to be just ridiculous quantities of Caterium coming out of this. Alright. That's enough of that. I don't have the portable miners to do this, which is another one of those things that I just kind of need to do. But at least for now, the pure nodes can be mined pretty quickly by hand. No, somebody's going to come attack me, huh? Who's got oh, hello. Okay, well, I don't see it fighting me currently, so I'm just going to leave that alone. $15 supercomputers per minute. That's nuts. That's completely nuts. See, I didn't think explosive rebar would blow up the obstacles, but I guess that makes sense. I had nuclear nobelisks, if you remember from the previous playthrough. Maybe that was 2 playthroughs ago. Yeah, that was the Dune Desert one. No, but I had nuclear nobelisks, and I accidentally blew myself up doing that, which was one of the choices of all time. Yeah, I don't know that we have explosives unlocked yet, because we have to have more sulfur and... I guess it's sulfur and coal to do all that. Alright. So that's enough of that. Let's get out of here. The car is somewhere over here. Yeah. The goal is eventually to be able to drive this across the actual road, but it doesn't currently connect conveniently enough. Greetings. Now it's time for us to manually craft some things, but never for updates or objectives, only things that we're making by hand. Not enough space in inventory. Gee, I wonder how that could have happened. Let's see. Why can I not, Alright. What of this can I just unceremoniously throw in the dumpster? Concrete. Sounds good. Alright. 67 Caterium ingots. There's your brain rot for the day. Fortunately, I can't stay and hang out live. Got to do some errands and work on the remodel. Good luck. Have fun. Thanks for showing up. Always good to see you. I really wish I had more time to play this game, because it really demands more time and attention than I can justify giving it, you know, a couple of hours every couple of weeks. The Pocket Depot is extremely clutch. I can't remember if I have that unlocked yet. I don't think I do. That would be a very good thing to get done if I don't have it already. I don't know how long this stream is going to be. I always have tons of stuff I have to do, but I do think it's important to try and make progress. 140 hours. See, I think The Dune Desert playthrough that I streamed, I think I put about 100 hours into that, and we got decently far. I feel like we got nuclear power actually going. We might have very, very basic nuclear power, but we might have actually done that. Alright, so I've got Caterium. Do I have enough to make? I do. Okay, let's make sure we have 200 quick wire. Then we'll get some reinforced iron plates. We'll make some portable miners. Then we'll go see about setting up a quick wire factory. All these things just take time. 300 hours. Yeah, I feel like if I played for 300 hours, I wouldn't be nowhere close to finishing the game, especially considering the last time I almost finished the game, I think tier 7 was the highest tier. So that was a long time ago. I don't remember exactly how long ago, but it was definitely a long time. Alright, so that should be enough of that. Reinforced iron plates. I've got 22. I need 40. I'm pretty sure I'm making one of these, hopefully. No, that's making modular frames. That's supposed to be taking... Okay, yeah, these are going here. Ah. So why are these not going back into this to make modular frames? Did I reroute this for some reason? I mean, obviously I did, but I don't remember why. Don't remember why that was a thing. Maybe it's because I was trying to get something for an objective, I think. Anyway, portable miners. Where is my... Here it is. At least these stack now. That was so annoying not being able to stack those. Hello, Kurt. Yeah, people who've not ever done this being quote-unquote professional content creation, really have no idea how hard it is to make progress and also try to produce videos on it. Yeah, it's, man, back before I started doing videos, or I guess doing this for streams or whatever, I put 100 hours into Satisfactory in about a week and a half. Just playing the game. Yeah, you can't do that if you're streaming. It's a very, very, very different kind of thing. Trying to do that. Did it just... I just got in to drive this thing and it wouldn't let me go anywhere. Hello? It's got gas. It just... Did I... Hello? You hear me spamming my W key. It just doesn't want to... Did I break this? Like, what's the, What's the deal? What's the deal here? It's got fuel. Okay, I don't want that. It's got fuel. Alright, well I guess the tractor decided to go on strike. That's convenient. So, I guess we're walking. I'm just going to let you draw your own conclusions about that nickname. Okay, so you can't slide up the hill. That's unfortunate. I don't want to reload. That's annoying. Minor inconveniences. Minor inconveniences always turn into me just protesting having to actually do something, so then I never do it. Oh, I don't want to build this on the wrong elevation. I'm going to have to go back here. So I can't remember what the height difference is. What I should have done is I should have honestly just built another section of this highway here. And just gone off of that. Because this feels like if I were to get foundations out. Feels like this is... I can't tell. Vertical? Okay, so it's 3. Alright, that's something at least. You can dismantle and rebuild it probably, but we're not over there anymore. Yeah, so this, for example, right here, for what I'm trying to do at least, to build a blueprint. Elevated, yeah, I would just want normal. Oh, this is such a pain. Why did I do this with the thing on the bottom? See, I just don't know how to, Ugh. Alright, well, let's, I guess just manually do this and hope I don't make a really dumb mistake. I don't know. It's the convenience. There we go. The convenience features in this game sometimes end up being inconvenience features because, you know, it's like owning a German car. Like it's going to be really great until you have to do work on it, and then the machine insults you for existing. It's like, what do you mean it takes like $3,000 and 2 weeks in a shop to change the headlight bulbs? It's like, well, it's your fault for buying a German car. All right, let's try to remember what I'm doing here. I think I said it was... I already forgot, man. This is why people just do spaghetti on the ground in this game. But that 3 is right there. I'm pretty sure this 1 meter here is going to be the top of the roadway, which is what I needed that to be. That's what that connects to. Alright, so I know I can't have this just be the floor for where the smelters go, because obviously, but at least that's the correct spot. Let's bring this over here. I'm like 99% sure this is going to be too high. That is on the world grid, right? Okay, good. Let's just try this because, well, I feel like I'm obligated to. If it will snap, we're good. If not, then I'm going to have to be... Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It works. It's glorious. Okay. Well, that makes this substantially better. So I guess what I need to do is get a couple more of these foundations here, figure out where I'm going to put all of the I need 8 smelters for this, really? Well, if this is going to be where this connects to the roadway and the road's going to continue that way, ostensibly, then this side should probably be storage and access, which means all the smelting needs to happen over there. And that means I probably have to have this come out. Maybe like this, and then the smelting can be on that side. We'll do that. We'll do that. And then if I have that, and what is the... So is this 3 or is this 2? This is 3, so that would be 1, 2, 3. This would be 4, and then this 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is going to be a non-standard element. Okay. So that means I can get away with putting in 4 meters, and then this probably should be repainted. I forget how to do this. Materials, asphalt. There we go. No. This one has to be... That has to be concrete. Okay, so these are asphalt to remind me that it's a different segment when I start doing the blueprint copy-paste up here. So this is going to come out this way. Then I suppose I just have to start setting this up for blueprinting. Do I really want to make a blueprint for this, though? I don't think I want to sit here and make a blueprint for this. So if that's going to come this way, maybe I don't want this to be a blueprint thing. Because I'm thinking this is going to end up... how big is the truck station? We're going to figure that out. I guess I'll just leave this alone. I need to figure out exactly how much of this I can get away with before it becomes stupid. Because that's going to come down here, and then the smelters probably would be all on this segment here. Let's see. I don't have to have a super, convenient setup. It just has to work. So that goes there, that goes there. Yeah, but these things are always so different every time. So it's like making a blueprint is pointless because you're just going to not be able to do anything with it. If I start talking about doing stuff while I was off, then I'm not going to get anything done. It just... I don't know why it always turns out that way. It just does. Because I start, saying stuff and then I do nothing, and then people who watch the VOD are like, this is why I don't watch the VODs, because it takes you 2 hours to get anything done. And then I feel bad. At some point, probably, but I'm going to have to deal with that guy, probably. So I need 8 of these. They don't have to all be in a row. But I guess we're gonna see what happens. That irritates me. That little tiny piece of rock. That is certainly one of the things of all time. And that is... Okay, 8 of these will actually, surprisingly, fit pretty nicely. I think the walls will keep this from being ridiculous. So 8 of those right there. We're probably going to have a second story for all the manufacturing that's going to have to happen here. Yeah, for now we'll just leave this alone. I don't know, this is something that happens to me in these games all the time, is I think, oh, well, I don't want to do that right now because I don't have the maximum size blueprint thing unlocked, and I'm just going to have to redesign blueprints at some point. Which I never end up doing. Did that guy just shoot something at me and run away? Okay, how many of these have I made? 7. Alright. 8 it is. See, I hear it, but I don't see it. Alright, I'm sick of you. Get over here. Get over here. Where are you aiming at? I'm over here. There you go. Don't do that again. Now, do these all say Caterium? They should. Yes. Okay, now we have to make manifolds. We don't have to make a manifold. We could actually make a load balancer, but I'd rather make a manifold because it's less of a pain in the butt. Splitter. Hardly know her. Where's this going to fit best? I guess right here. See, when I did this, it didn't show up there. I don't think it quite cares as much anymore. All right. Just need a couple more of these. And then I don't need one for the very end. These input 45, which means I've got here. These need to be on straight mode. So this is 90 coming in here, which means this is Mark II required. And then this would be over 120, which means this is Mark III. If I do this backwards, I'm absolutely not going to do it correctly, so we're going to have to count down instead. But I know I can put in the Mark Is coming out of here every time. That doesn't change. No, that has to go this way. Alright, so this is a pure node and it's a Mark II, which means we're getting 240. That sounds to me like a Mark III all day and twice on Sundays. So 240 minus 45 is still more than 120. That's still more than 120. I think we can actually only use the Mark IIs for like one segment. Not that it really matters. Yeah. Yeah, because this is still 90 here, and this is more than... Alright. So I guess that didn't need to be quite so complicated. So this has to be wired up. See, this is the, the blueprints are convenient for, doing power and everything, but I don't know. I feel like no matter what kind of blueprint I made, it would be wrong. And then I would be more irritated about it being wrong than I would be thankful that it was convenient. Okay, so I want these to come out. Actually, which way do I want them to come out? Because if I'm going to go up, I could come up this side, but I need, maybe I do want to come up this side. I think that is probably a decent plan to come up this side. Let's do that. Let's do that. Just put mergers all the way up here. Because I already said we're going to do a multi-story factory here just because the Caterium just takes... Oh, what? Get out of there. I hate that. I hate that with my entire being. That is awful, that rock coming up through here. What is the output of this? 15. Yep, see? It's one of those things. So that's going to be 15. That's going to be 30. 30 here. 45. Now this becomes 60. And then from here, it has to be 75. Then that's 90. Then that's 105. And then that's 120. So this actually ends up being pretty convenient. Uh-oh. Gary has done something nefarious in chat. The heinous, unspeakable atrocity of 10 gift memberships. Thank you very much, Gary, for supporting the channel, supporting me. See. Words are hard. Real Justin Long, the Deluxe 74, Don Somebody, Matt C 9999, The Crimson Curse, Jokester 95, Simply BC 6759, Boomchalk, Alex Knows. Welcome to the boosters. Welcome back to a couple of those names, and appreciate you being here. At some point, I've been saying for the past 5 years, I will do more with the with the channel membership side, but there are a couple of emojis, including the Gary emoji, and you do get early videos. So, I digress. We now have this manifolded. This has to go upstairs. We need to decide how high this is going to be. And in theory, we could get away with maybe 12 meters between, but there's like smoke plumes that come out of this. And even though it doesn't matter, I do like those to be kind of dissipated before it reaches the next level. So, I think what's going to make the most sense for what we're trying to do is to get at least one of these turned on so that we can know how high that smoke goes. Is there a... Oh, that's a, what do you call it? Scientific term. Mercer sphere. I want that. I should go get that. But for right now, I just have to bring in power, which is always fun when you don't have these things connected. Abandonment issues. I cannot recommend alcohol as a therapy method. However, I'm not your dad. Let's see. How far can I get this to go? There. Oh, wow. This actually goes further than I thought it would. It's not going to go all the way here, really? Alright, well, this is temporary, so it's fine. That's kind of my motto at this point, isn't it? That it's temporary, so it's fine. How's that go? There's nothing more permanent than a temporary solution. What have you missed? Not a lot, honestly. We're starting to set up Caterium. Just have to get things hooked up. I wanted to see how high the smoke went so that I could know for sure what I need to build this to. So I would like for the smoke to go not directly into the floor above, so as soon as that starts, we're going to see. I do not hate VOD watchers. Stop spreading misinformation in my chat. Although asking you to stop doing that is like asking cats to stop knocking things off of high places. It's not happening. Yeah, so what I'm doing here, for those of you who are not in the know, is I'm attempting to figure out how high I have to go to put in a second floor here. So based on that, it's looking like at minimum 16... It's not 16 meters, I don't think. No, it is 16 meters. Okay. And then I have to have the second factory floor, which, you know, doesn't have to be one of these 4-meter thick things, but factories always look better with larger stuff, don't they? So I guess that is what I will do. Then we just have to get up there. We're going to send the finished Caterium ingots all the way up to the top, and then build our second floor. And I think this might even clear... Maybe not, actually. That looks like it's a little short. Wait, because this is 3... Oh, this is like halfway in between, which is always kind of an irritatingly sized nonsense. How many of these? 20 constructors. Why do I build these things like this? This is such a stupid size. I got 120 ingots coming out. What's the see, I never remember. I feel like this is like a failure of a content creator because I don't remember basic things about games. Oh, this takes... Wait a minute. I don't need 20 of these. I only need 10 because this takes... Excuse me, it takes 12 ingots per minute and I'm only making... Okay. Alright. That is going to be... That's going to be an interesting problem to solve, isn't it? Spacing 10 of these out when I only have 8 below. Huh. This is quickly becoming not easy to figure out. Architecture. That is a wild sentence I never expected to see. I don't think the U.S. is the only country with that proclivity, but you know, I don't care to do research on the matter. Is this correct spot? I got 8. I guess I could just do 10 this way and go a little further and just have a really weird shaped factory like I tend to do half the time. But then getting this to come around here might not be a... Or should I make some sort of provisions for doubling this? You know, because at some point we're going to get Mark III, which means I could just have this split off to the other side too, so maybe I should make it symmetrical. So I'm going to have that come up here. So maybe I do want this to get extended once more to each side. That would give me a very even... Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Now, can I very carefully... Yes, I can. So then this just has to come out... I guess it doesn't really have to... No, because this is going to come down in this spot here. Probably. I always build these things too close together. Well, for right now, The goal was to just have this, you know, actually be somewhat functional. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm sure it's not the last factory we'll build. Now, I need this one and then one more. And I think that should give me 10 of these, right? Alright, I guess we're going to zoop. That will tell me what 10 is. Good. I counted correctly to 10. 20 years of formal education did not go to waste. Let's do this. And now we're going to have all of the ingots come up here. And then we have to manifold the you-know-what out of this stuff, which means constructor goes... Oh, I forgot how big these are. It's going to stick out the side. That's annoying. The U.S. does not use kilometers for driving. The U.S. uses kilometers for nothing unless you're a scientist. I don't know why. At risk of turning this into yet another America does really stupid things tangent debate, I don't know why. I have never figured out why this country is so allergic to the metric system when it makes so much more sense in almost every possible context. But that's just the way it is. I don't know. It's like the metric system, like measurements, just makes so much sense. But people get really mad. Okay, I shouldn't say people, because, you know, putting people in a box with other people before they give you a, you know, definitive reason to put them in said box is really not a nice thing to do. But the majority of people that I have ever met in my life living in the United States seem to be very firmly wedded to imperial measurements without any other reason besides, well, this is the way we've always done it, which, I don't know, do what you want, live your life, but I'm not particularly of the belief that, you know, inertia is a substantial enough reason to continue doing something if it doesn't make sense for other reasons. I don't know. I like the metric system. But I am so used to doing everything, and I mean everything with the imperial system, that at this point it's probably impossible to change. Grams and milliliters, not the same thing other than for water. Yeah, it's and that's one of the reasons the metric system is so convenient, right? The whole relationship between mass and volume for certain things, that gives you different things. And then, you know, imperial measurements, like the British thermal unit, I thought was a pretty interesting one. BTUs. But the things that you have to invent and have these crazy weird conversions that you're never going to remember in your head to do different things, like come on. It just doesn't make any sense. Alright, I lost count of how many constructors I have. I offset these because they're large and they have these arms that I don't want to see poking out of a side of a building, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So I need my 10th. And there it is. So these are all making quick wire. They're going to consume 12 ingots per minute. We're making 120, so that is fine. But each of these machines is going to put out 60 quick wire. Which means we're going to make 600 per minute. And the fastest belt we currently have is the Mark III, which is good for 270. So... we're going to get the Mark IVs eventually, but for right now, they're just going to back up, and it's going to be not a 100% efficient factory. So the way that this is going to have to work is we're going to have to split the outputs of this into 2 separate belts. And then those are going to have to come down. Am I going to need to make a... First of all, I need to see how far this encroaches into here. It looks like it's about 1.5 meters, which I could honestly just leave alone, but I I kind of don't want to. I also could have just raised the ceiling here a little bit more. It's fine. So the reason I'm doing this is because I want to have room for multiple, what do you call them? And I want this to come down to basically right here, and then when it gets down there, tie into a truck area. So that's why this is where it is. So that is going to require that we put in conveyor mergers. This always looks better if you do it this way, which maybe coming out this way is probably best. Come down. No, it's going to go that way. It's going to go that way instead. So that's got to go here, and I have to center this because I am cursed to always have to center everything. So I've got those 4 there, and then 5 here. So that's half, I think. Yes, that's half of those. And then the rest of these, theoretically, don't need to... Like, I can't pump these into each other because that's not going to work. But I was thinking about maybe going that side and then coming all the way down. Well, having it go this way toward that side would make this easier for later. If I ever, you know, continue building this out. Who knows? So we'll just turn this around. And coming out, we can do Mark 1s because it's just 60, but basically every single one of these is going to have to be a Mark 2 or a Mark 3. In fact, there's only one of these that's going to have to be a Mark 2. The rest of them are going to be Mark 3s. Alright, so let's go back to the middle here where these diverge. I think that's this one right here. So this one that way is one set, and we got 60. I actually didn't need these mergers in the middle, but that's fine, I suppose. So this is 60 going in here. This immediately becomes 120, and then this is 180. That's 240, and then this is 300, but it's only going to carry 270. So there's going to be probably this one in the very middle is going to end up backing up the most, depending on how this ends up getting split up. Mark 1 here. Mark 2 for this one. Why not make them all Mark 3s? Very good question. Sometimes I do that, but I don't know. Excuse me, feels a lot better just doing things, quote unquote, the right way, even if it's the wrong way. If that makes sense, it might not. So I guess what I can do is come straight to the middle here. Now why is this not... Okay, I don't know why that straight mode decided it needed to be in some sort of weird thing here. How am I going to have this come out? Let's just put that there. I suppose probably the easy way to handle this is going to be to put in a wall with a hole in it. Do I really not have... Oh, it's under... No, it's not. I thought I had walls with conveyor holes. Or did I just get the conveyor wall? Okay, that's right. They changed that. Okay, basic wall it is. Concrete wall. Gonna zoop. Gonna put in the wall hole, I guess, right in the middle there. And there. I hope that's the correct height. This needs to be Mark 3, so that will go there. And then from the outside, we can hopefully not die falling down here. There we go. Then we can have those come all the way down and interface with whatever. Isn't this just the ugliest thing you've ever seen? But that does technically work. What are we talking about? What in the world are you guys talking about? Hold on, I gotta scroll up here. Feet and inches. Sticks of butter. That depends. There's different standards for the shape of butter in the US because there's basically 2 factories that make the stuff, and they have different size machinery, but they're all going to be the same volume. They're just, the ones on the East Coast are like a long thin stick, and the ones on the West Coast are shorter and wider. But a 1/4 cup of butter is about half a stick. I don't even know how to respond to that one. So I probably won't. Regardless, quick wire is going to come out of those 2 holes and going to have to be stored somewhere. And if this is, you know what, this probably isn't going to be a blueprint thing. It's just going to end up being a custom mess. So why don't I just go ahead and commit to this right now. Just have this come down here. Probably don't need to be that worried about where this is going to stop, but if I have this go directly into a container, then that's probably going to be the best way to handle this. I have industrial storage? I do. Okay. Now that is not going to... Come on. That's not going to let me play nice here, is it? I think I can just directly pump this into here if I have this in the correct location. But it doesn't seem like it's going to play nice. I'm going to try anyway, though, because I honestly just want to see if it works. Alright, so Mark 3. Okay. Alright, that is fantastic. I love that. Let's do that. Let's just copy this genius right here. Alright, so that's going to probably fill up very quickly, but we will, in fact, have storage. That's probably a decent way to do it. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I have to hook these up to power. Because this is now completely... Oh, I didn't put in the, what do you call it here? I guess I need to do, no, I want the wall hole. Yeah, I need this to be, does this need to be a Mark III? Or was this going the other way? No, it's going this way. Why is that so mossy? No, I don't need to stick anything else inside. Because this is only one type of thing that's going in here. So I'm not going to need both holes. Now you could put in 2 of these lines into the same container and fill one container twice as fast, but there's honestly not much of a point in that. Just trying to remember how I was going to do this. I probably am going to have to... Yeah, let's just go up here and think about this. My spacebar is wearing out. Yeah, oh, I didn't set this up at all. That's what I was kind of afraid of, is not having the correct input versus output on this, and that was going to be a problem. Let's do splitters. Yeah. Just got to get this whole thing set up. This spacebar is really irritating me. Okay, I know I don't technically need this, but I'll put it there anyway. 12 per minute. It's only 120 coming out of here, so it really doesn't matter, but it's easier to do this way. Alright, so this is 24. This is 36. This side is 48. And this one is 60. So the rest of these will have to be Mark IIs. I'll come back to that. In fact, I may be able to put one more Mark I belt on this, but I don't want to mess with that right now. So that's Mark II. So that was 120. Now this is... No, wait, this is 12. I definitely did my math wrong. This is 108. 96. 84. 72. 60. Oh. Okay, no, I guess that was fine. Don't you have like 5 more identical keyboards? Technically I have 3 additional keyboards. But I think the space bar is different because it has... I can't remember if this has one switch or 2 and it just balances weird, but there's some sort of extra mechanism with the space bar that I've got to disassemble, and I don't... See, all these problems happen because I feel like I don't want to deal with it. So I just keep putting it off and it gets worse. And then when it's actually a big problem, then it's impossible to fix. Now I have to get things hooked up to power. And I have Mark II? No, I don't. I only have Mark Is. Yikes. Well, what do I need to do to get Mark IIs? Depending on how you define lizard, you can get some stuff like that. Alligators, crocodiles, not really, not the same thing, but you know, people call them lizards anyway because, you know, Americans are dumb. So you can get that at a bunch of places in Florida. Not exactly classy establishments, depending on what your standards are, but you can get it. Why would I want to use half of a keyboard? I never understood the half keyboard thing. I like my number pads. I use those all the time. You can always send me whatever. Okay, I have to be careful what I tell you because we know how this works. What I wanted to say was you can send me whatever you want, but I know how that's going to get misinterpreted. So you are always welcome to send me recommendations for good, safe, legal products that I can purchase. I have not had beans on toast. That is probably not something I would be interested in eating. What am I doing here? I'm trying to... Oh, that's right. I was putting in... I get distracted so easily. I was trying to put in... power poles. That's what it was. I was doing 4 of these. No, I can't have this be 4 because it has to connect. It has to be 3. Ugh, I need my Mark IIs. I don't want to go all the way back, though. So Mark II has 7 connections, which means I could do 5 plus daisy chain in, daisy chain out. Legal in which country? Whichever is the least permissible country you can think of. What am I doing here? I guess technically I only need the 3 every 3. Well, since we apparently like doing extremely ugly builds here, why don't I just send that all the way down? Then I guess I can do windows, but I don't have enough silica to really do that many windows. Yeah, I see. I've just got to do that again. So what I will do is I will make a... Because I have to attach this to something. It's going to be really ugly. Only products that raise eyebrows and not federal red flags. Yeah, see that's a good that's a good way to word that. I would very much like to avoid raising federal red flags. Let's see. Wall outlet. See, that's what I need. Is I need a wall outlet. And if that's going to be... See, I just don't know how I'm going to have these buildings constructed when I actually, you know, put stuff in. Why am I spending this much time worrying about this? It really should not matter at all. So I guess what I will do is I'll just do that. So I've got 10 of these, which means these aren't going to be symmetrical, but who cares? Life goes on. One here, one here, one here. So that's 3 of those hooked up together. Then I need probably the one in the far end? No, so that doesn't make any sense. Subnautica EULA is psychotic. I heard about that. And I don't really know what else to say to that besides I think you can probably guess. But man, there's so many like creatives, like companies and people who have, I guess, delusions of grandeur when they set up these license agreements. It's like, do you really think you're that much more important than everybody else? I don't know. It just, something about that just really, really bugs me. But it is what it is. I don't think it's a game I'll be playing, regardless of what is in the end user license agreement. See, I know how to speak English. That's gonna go away. Let's see. That one goes there. I was gonna relocate that. Well, you know what's funny is if you do basically anything about the model railroading hobby in the U.S., you'd know that probably 80 or 90% of the people who are into that hobby would be about as far from communists as you could possibly imagine, in the U.S. at least. Almost so far away that it wraps all the way back around, but that's a different discussion for not my live streams. Oh yeah, that's right, I was getting this set back up. I'm going to have to get wall powered down. Do I want to run it up the side of the building? I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to run it up the side of the building, but I'm going to run that here. So that connects to that. Come on. That connects to that. See, this is exactly what I... This is exactly what I didn't want to happen. Man. Alright. Look. This is exactly why I can't play like 90% of games, because this is what happens. And then I'm just like, you know what, this isn't worth it anymore. I'm not going to play this. But the problem is I like this game, so I have to keep dealing with all this nonsense. Oh, there we go, more damage. Alright, we're going to go unlock Mark II, because I can't deal with that. It's too much. I do love that you can just kind of slide almost indefinitely. But yeah, the agreements that they have these people sign, and I think to some extent the Cities Skylines 2 one was probably like that, based on how people, you know, talked about the game for a long time and then suddenly immediately changed what they were saying. But like, if you have to try to coerce your players or the people that you invite to press events or whatever to have only certain opinions, then the product you're selling is probably garbage. I don't know, that just really irritates me. Mark II. Okay, so I need another. Oh, I'm not going to have enough. That's so annoying. Ugh. Or am I? I might actually. Yes, we should go say hi to the Garys. Like, I can understand if you're sponsoring content for like a release or whatever, and you want to make sure that the people that you're, you know, paying to talk about the game are only talking about certain things. All right, I'm not going to agree with that, but whatever. That's not completely unreasonable. To have actual, like, people who bought the game threatened with, we're going to take your stuff down if you say something bad. Like, no, you're a terrorist. Like, that's not well, it's not supposed to be how we do things, but you know how that goes. 18 cooling systems from Gary 4. Gary 3 has 7 rotors. Gary 2, hey, 27 silica. That's actually useful, at least for right now. And then 18 concrete. Thank you, Garys. Appreciate you and your ability to somehow find valuable things in a tiny enclosure. I do not have a running water faucet. It is raining in-game. That is probably what you're hearing. What was I doing? I don't remember. That's a problem. Tractor dismantling. See, it's going to leave all that stuff on the ground. That's going to be annoying. Yep. Let's try this again. Why do I even have all that stuff in there? Oh, of course that didn't work. There's no fuel. It ain't got no gas in it. Where is... There we go. No, I can't. I can't split that because I don't have enough slots. All right, now... No, I want to keep, I think, 2 stacks of that. It is shockingly easy in this game to just completely fill your inventory with garbage. That is something that does annoy me quite a lot. And you just have to continuously fill all this. Alright. So that's got that taken care of at least. Do I want to have... I should probably have a stack of these. I do not need that. I do not need that. I do not care. Okay, that's fine. Now, can I actually drive this? Yes. That was very weird. But the reason I came down here was so I could get the Mark II power stuff. Which is right here.
Power pole Mark II unlocked. This provides additional power connections compared to the power pole Mark I.
And Mark III needed the high-speed connectors. Stun rebar is fine. AI limiters are useful. Zipline's really cool. And we'll probably get that soon-ish. Smart splitters are awesome. But it's going to take us a while to get there. Unless I have 10 of those computer things in here, then I will probably just go ahead and research it. And I don't. So that's fine, I guess. Let's go ahead and make these proteins here. I'm not going to spend like 2 hours doing that. Not yet. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I need Mark IV belts, which I can't do until I get the Nestes elevator phase. Yeah, no, I was gonna have to build a factory for that. The Garys have earned a shrub. Well, I can't make shrubs. I just have to, you know, expand it to be somewhere over here. When I need to... There's so much... Why do people play this game? There's so much you have to do. There's unbelievable quantities of suffering. Let's see, making the incline bits here. Something I gotta figure out. Do I wanna mess with this? I don't know that I want to necessarily. I don't have the resources to load it. Get out of here. What are you talking about? You stupid idiots. Alright, well, guess we're not doing that. What was I doing? Just going back over there to get that set up with my Mark IIs. What's the requirement for that? Oh, I gotta buy the wall outlets? Come on. I forgot I had to buy all this stuff. Alright, is it under equipment? No. Architecture? No. Walls? No. Organization? No. Management? Yes. 4 tickets. I have no tickets. Where's my tickets? Did I spend all my tickets? There's no way. There's no way I spent all my tickets. How is that even possible? Like, they're not just hiding in here? Or did I actually legitimately spend all of my tickets? Like, that can't possibly be what I did. 'Cause I don't remember buying every single ticket worth of stuff. That is so aggravating. Alright, well. What is that? Shatter rebar. Well, since I have so much of this garbage, I might as well just feed it into there. Alright, I'm probably not going to need that much steel pipe for a long time, so... Well, that was dumb of me to spend all those without having any other stuff to get. I guess I'll keep 1 stack of those. I should have another stack of plates, but I can just go ahead and get rid of that. Don't need that. Don't need that. 21 of those is nice to have. Quick wire. Don't need that. Now, the problem is it's going to take us a long time to get any coupons because we've already put so much in there. So that's not going to be viable for quite a while. What else can I build here? I need to get, where's... That's not it. Guess I'll just go ahead and grab those. I know these are going into something else, but you gotta have iron plates. So what was missing that I couldn't actually build this? Because if I have to wait a while, I might as well spend the time trying to build the slope thing. but it's like acting like I can't. Oh, it's quick wire. Why can't I not use the escape key on this specific thing? That is really dumb. Alright. Well, time to go all the way back up there, I guess. I really hope I built that at the right height, or it's going to be a very miserable time trying to fix all this. Alright, so what happened here is this never ended up connected because I was so focused on all this other stuff. And now I'm going to be in a situation where I'm going to regret having done this way. No, so I don't want that to come down. I want it... Okay. Yeah, see, I had to have this connected. Okay. Now that I've got that, it should just, you know, let me... I can't ever grab the ladder anytime I come down here. It should just let me attach this here. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted the whole time. And then this is supposed to be... Not going to tell me if that's a Mark II, huh? No, it is a Mark II. Good. Alright, so now that's going to send that up that way. And then those machines are not hooked up to power. But I just... Oh, man. I just need something to be functional. So it might be a really stupid way of doing this, but I didn't want that to be what I was doing. I just need this to function. I don't care if it's ugly. I just need something to work. Oh, nice. I can just connect it to that. That's going to make it easy. Alright, so at some point there will be some amount of quick wire coming down here, and it's not perfect, but it does function, kind of. So I don't have to sit here and manually craft anything. No, the problem with changing projects is that I'm never going to come back to one that's incomplete. So I can't do that. It never works. Anytime I've abandoned a project halfway, it just never gets done. Give me that power slug. It's gooey. So as long as I can, you know, keep this in my active short-term memory, it's not going to be a problem. Now, over there, I've got a Mercer sphere, and I've got one of those stupid things. So if I were to just get myself access to that... and then prevent this thing from being hostile, then we'll be good. Mercer spheres are good because then we can make pocket dimensions.
This is a shrine to windows and weaving. The voiceless effigy creates bodies in their waves but does not notice the shore. Is our melody not beautiful?
Detecting abnormal brainwave activity again. Activating artificial brainwave resonator.
Your shallow song has no rhythm. The river erodes our temples without prayers and washes away our scripture without deepening. Consume.
I believe this is one of those moments where the scientist would yell, "Eureka!" But that seems entirely too dramatic. It seems they are somehow organically emulating human speech. Fascinating. Continue exposing yourself to alien artifacts.
I was about to say phrasing. Alright, that was this one. Alright, I forget how much quick wire, but it was a couple hundred. So I'm going to let that run for a little bit longer. This will theoretically still make as much as we want. We just have to wait a while because I don't have the rest of these hooked up, and I'm not going to bother until I have Mark IIs. Please no more hostile flying mobs. I absolutely hate those. Alright, 178. Is that going to be enough? I don't remember how much it needed. But I want to say it was somewhere between 100 and 150, but I don't want to be wrong, so I think I'm going to leave it alone. For a little while at least. Oh, this could use some lights. I don't have any lights except street lights right now. Billboards also count as lights, but I think we'll leave this alone for the time being. Okay, let's go grab some of this. At 214, I'm going to just call that good enough. Where's the car? It's at the base over there. We will go say hi to the Garys again. I think I might have... might have been out here long enough. First of all, I got to get this to-do list out of here. Not making any more of that again. Maximum slope train line, huh? I think in theory the train will go up any slope. It just might be slow. And you have to have multiple locomotives on it. We are quite a ways away from trains. Let's go say hi to Gary. And Gary, and Gary, and also Gary. Oh, come on. Oh, I guess I have to go up the other side. And... who's first? 13 copper sheets. Thank you, Gary. 4. No, I already... stop it. Okay, now they're not giving me as much useful stuff, because this is all older. Ooh, okay, rifle ammo, thank you. So now these basic things, a lot of them I just end up shoving into the stuff macerator. So let's, that rifle ammo I will keep. That's actually useful. And since we are already here, let's make some alien DNA. It's because they're unhappy with their living quarters. They weren't that unhappy earlier when they gave me all this late game stuff. I got 5 Mercer spheres. Oh, I don't have enough space in here. I might as well turn this into a power shard while I'm here. And that goes there. So, that's the wrong... there we go. I only need 4 more of those to get another coupon from DNA points. This is actually getting kind of close. Ah, it's the wrong one. This is empty, though, so I don't think we're going to get there without me putting something else in. Yeah, it needs another... almost 5,000. These are so annoying to make, I don't want to put any of those in. Reinforced iron plates aren't really that valuable. Do I have anything else I want to sacrifice for coupons? Because I have all of these things, right? I don't need to carry that with me. Some of these things are very annoying to make. Stators. These, I theoretically was already making those. I don't want to get rid of them. Bauxite would be nice to have for later. See, every time I restart this game, it's because I've forgotten how irritating the early and early mid-game are for not having things automated. Hello, Screws. Guess what? You have been randomly selected. Except I will keep a stack with me. Yeah, these aren't exactly quick things to put into the sink, but there's a lot of them, so I'll keep that occupied for a little bit. What's the plan? Good question. I'm still not sure. Go good, I can finally load this thing. God, why can I not use the escape key on this screen? Alright, so what I was attempting to do last episode was to build another type of road setup here. So I need to do one that is a 2 meter incline slope, following roughly this this type of design here, so that I could have modular roadways go everywhere. So for that to work, I've got to disassemble this and try to have it not be a complete mess. But it's always easier to start from what you left off with than it is to do much of anything else. So if you will humor me here, just to do this kind of dumb thing here. No, not that one yet. I want to do one side at a time so I can not forget what I was in the process of doing. Alright. This is also where the hover pack would be very convenient. But that is not something I have access to, so all I can do is put a ladder in and turn around. So, depending on how I want this to be oriented, I can either start on this end or I can start on this end. I think I want to start on this end for no particular reason. Double ramp. I'm not going to do double ramp. I'm going to do the regular 2 meter ramp. Yeah, and I want that to be... Yeah, because I want the underside to have clearance still. I think if you do the double ramp, it takes away a lot of the clearance. You want Gary's to have a window? I don't know. We can talk about that in union negotiations. But they don't have one of those. So this has to go here. No, I want these to be asphalt. And there. So I guess I should probably demonstrate why I don't want to... Wait a minute. Oh, it doesn't take up extra space on the bottom. Why did I think it did? Okay, well we'll just do that. That's easier. There we go. So then that has to go... Yeah. Just like so. There we go. I don't think I want to mess with these having walkway access on the hill. That seems like it would be very annoying to try and deal with. So instead, what I need to do is get this bottom bit, because this is... Oh, this is going to be complicated, because these are already inverted. So that the inside... Yeah, okay. That's exactly what I was kind of afraid of here. Yeah, because for this, I don't think I can get, even with the expanded foundation shapes, I don't think I can get those weird other ones. So instead of inverted ramps, these are probably going to have to just be flat. If I can figure out how to do that. See, I can't ever... There we go. I want this to be still accessible walking-wise, but it's going to be narrower because of how the double ramps are set up. Or not narrower, it's going to be... But if I'm not going to be walking through the bottom of it, though. I don't think. But all I need is for that to match. That's all I need there. So if I do that to where it matches with, oh come on. I just need that to go up more, but it's not going to let me do that. Collision wise. No, I can't have that go that way. Can I can't even stack this, can I? No, okay, let's try. Can I vertical zoop this? No, I cannot vertical zoop. I just need that to be attached. Now I can do that, but I can't do the underside, but basically the underside is the same. Okay, let's try. Oh. They let me do that, which is not necessarily what I wanted, but I think it's what I'm going to have to tolerate. I just need to see if I can get between this. Let's just try this. Oh, okay, I can still walk this. Nudging vertically is a dangerous game. It's a very dangerous game. Then stuff doesn't... When you go to, attach blueprints later, then stuff doesn't match. And it becomes a whole pain in the butt. What was I... That's right, I was going to do this. So now we're at the original, the original level this was. We also, I don't remember if I can do that. The road barriers cannot rotate. No, they can't rotate up like that, so that's going to be awkward. Corner road barriers. Industrial railings will go like this. So maybe that's what I have to replace these with in the middle. I'm trying to make a inclined roadway here. It's not exactly going that well. Because I've got very, very limited options. So these are industrial walkways. Industrial railings. And they are... outside? Yes. The hardest part with this is trying to get... No. Why is that in zoom mode? The hardest part with this is trying to get the appearance to be similar enough to what I've already done with these street lights. That's why those are still there. And that is not exactly an enviable task. And this one was supposed to have pattern. It's supposed to have the center dotted line. And then the walkway on the side is supposed to be divided halfway through here, but I don't think I can actually get that. Yeah, see, that's not going to let me go there. It'll let me go on the very edge. But if it lets me... Aha! Okay, so that did work, doing that. That did, in fact, work. Now, is this the best way to do this? I don't think so, but it is the way that I just figured out works, so that is what we're going to do. Now this is to create a walkway. This is for vehicles. That's why it's like that. But the hard part is going to be getting these street lights, and these also have a specific color assigned to them, which is one of those things. So that was in the middle, which means that has to be in the middle of this. And this was set to go here. I'm pretty sure that's... yeah, okay. And then I had the Mark 1 wall outlet on the back side of this. No. Mark 1 wall outlet on the back side of the railing, which it's not going to let me do, so I'm going to have to nudge. No, not like that. Why is that going... okay. That's strange. I want that to be... no. I want it to go up vertically. It's not wanting to do that for me here. Alright, well. I guess for this one it's going to have to be... you think the last one is off the handrail? I don't think so. I think they just look like that. I mean, sure, it looks good, but it's wrong. You can't have wrong. Wrong is not acceptable. Why did I just get an achievement? The floor is lava. Avoid touching the ground for 30 minutes. Alright, that was not an achievement I even knew existed in this game. Yeah, I may actually replace these just because this is so weird about lining up. Perfect is the enemy of good. Yes. That wise man also is a professional Cities Skylines 2 player, so he's either very comfortable with suffering or he's gotten very good at not complaining about it. Okay, what's the center of this? Okay. I can't even. This is not going to play nice here. Come on. Just go where you're supposed to go, please and thank you. I guess that's going to be good enough. Alright, so that goes to there. Is this set to the correct... it is. It is. Good. That was the entire reason I wanted to do this in chunks like I did. Alright, so instead of modern railing there, let's, I guess, just lean on the... I wish the road barrier could go tilted like this. Unless there is a way to do that, and I just don't know what it is. I don't see it, though. No. No, we're actually not very far in the game to have jetpacks. Okay, let's try this. Industrial railing. Now, if this will allow me to... come on. If this will allow me to... no, I'm still going to have to nudge it. Alright. No, come on. Okay, that actually lines up a lot better. I feel much better with that. You're quoting me. Oh, well, I guess that's fine. But just know that I was quoting City Planner Plays every time I said that. Truly, that man is the patience of a saint. I don't understand how he does it. But probably has something to do with being an actual city planner for... what did he say? Like 20 years or something like that? Yeah, I guess I might as well get the rest of this hooked up now. I just completely redo all of this. Why can't I? There we go. No one here watches any other content creators. I implore you to expand your horizons. I promise there are people who make very good stuff. Oh, please. Somebody left a comment, I forget who it was, on one of the earlier videos in the current Folktales series, asking if I had any help on doing, or not if I had any help, if I had any advice to give them on doing, like, water physics and stuff. And I was just trying to figure out, how can I say absolutely not without being rude, because I really do not know how any of that stuff works. Oh, I didn't want that. I think I told them to go watch Zedek or something. Because my go-to answer for that used to be Skystorm, but he hasn't made any videos on the new release. So I can't exactly recommend him as the definitive source for all the new stuff, although I'm sure if he did videos, he'd immediately figure it out. Alright, so that is done there. I need this to be done here. This will be worth it when we're done. I appreciate your patience as I, figure this out. Yeah, that needs to be here. Now, oh, I'm in... How did I get to... What? What is this? Oh, that's how you make the heart, apparently. Okay. The rest of these are all empty, except... Okay. Alright. Let's get that to the back side. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. That's... Oh, come on. There. And that's going to go... Don't fall off. I just need to see the outside edge. Come on. There we go. Alright, so that's done. Now I have to go inside. I don't know that I could actually land back inside very easily. Nope. Alright. Well, the other, I guess, good thing about doing this way is that I can just big concrete pillar the heck out of this. But I'm not going to be able to get back up inside there. Yeah, this is going to be another one of those scenarios where I just have to ladder and then figure it out later. I know we haven't done the railing on that one side. We'll get it done. So this is going to have to just be here, because I can't really make that shorter. That there's no shorter option. And I have to figure out where the top... There it is. Okay, so that's right here. I need to put in a wall. I haven't unlocked angled walls yet. Okay, that's a problem. That is actually genuinely a problem. That is going to be quite annoying to fix. Well, at least I can get inside. The hardest part of this was always going to be figuring out angles for things. I'm not a huge fan of how I ended up having to do this. At least the lights work. So let's come back over here. See if we have any coupons whatsoever. My guess is no. But before we do, let's say hi to the Garys. See if they have anything expensive I can grind to smithereens for points. Alright, you geniuses. I'm over here. Pipes from Gary 4. Not you, Gary 4. Gary 3. Ooh, heat sinks. Okay. Gary... Oh, fuse modular frames. Those are going in the thing. And then more pipes. Thank you, Garys. Your enclosure will be improved at some other point in the future. This is still doing screws? Alright, we have... Oh, no. We have 106,000 points until we can... Alright. And how many screws have we gone through? Okay, 2/3 of one of these things. Fused modular frames are very expensive, and I need to check and see if I've saved... No, I think I condensed all those. It's not condensed. It's not... This is not the equivalent exchange mod for Minecraft 1.12. No. Let's put that there. 12 of those things. That's the wrong... So watch how much this spikes. See, look at that. That gave me 7 coupons. Just for doing that. And I know they're going to keep giving me more free stuff, so I'm not going to feel bad about putting some of this in there. But those heat sinks are substantial. Alright, give me the 7 coupons. Let's see what I can get for 7 coupons. I need to finish this. Alright. Power outlets Mark II. I did need that, but walls-wise... Ramp walls and invert... I can't just... Alright, I have to buy both of these. Alright, that's a little annoying. Man, that is... that's rough. So I really need... I clicked the wrong one. I really need 4... I could just add this to my cart. 4 of those. 8. I need 10. I really need 10 of these. Alright, foundations... Why do I never remember where the foundations are? Is that under organization? No. Customizer? No. Oh, there's literally a whole thing for foundations. What am I doing? Ooh, inverted corner ramps. That's actually what I need. Is the inverted corner ramps. Oh, that's another 5. That's another 5. Okay. I need these less, but the inverted corner ramps would actually be pretty convenient. I think. I'm trying to figure out exactly... No, it's not those. You might have to go into debt with the cow giraffe tick mafia to get those coupons. I think it'll blend. It will blend it better. The problem now is my cart is 15 coupons and I only have 7. Which, you know, I can just say, all right, we're gonna shove all this into oblivion and probably get most of what we want, but. Cooling systems, we're not going to get there for a really long time, and I'll probably get more of those. I'll keep 4, and I'll put 14 in the thing. Let's just try that. We'll see how much this jumps when I put 14 of those in there. Okay, not nearly as much as the other thing, but we did get 1 whole coupon out of it. Remember, we only need 6 more, 8 more, 7, whatever the math works out to. I know they're not going to have anything for a while. See, look how nice those lights look at night. That's like the whole motivation for doing this is so I can have all those nice lights everywhere. I think that's fun. Mercer spheres. I don't want to put in there because those are actually finite on the map. There's only so many, and I need to be able to... I don't think I've even researched the dimensional depots yet. No, I have. But there's only so many of them, and I need to use them to get faster depot expansion, manual uploading, and all that. Which, SAM fluctuators I've not started making automatically yet. The respawn toilet is also a thing. Power augmenters, and then all this nonsense. I guess I don't have as much advanced technology as I thought I did. 'Cause these aren't really going to give me that much. Alclad aluminum sheets are going to be great for when I get Mark V belts, I think it is. Okay, that's going to take 800 years for me to get much further on that. Well, for the time being, I can at least... I know it's going to hurt me not to get these, but... I need to get my ramp walls and my inverted ramp walls so I can finish at least the sides. So I'm going to buy just those. and then go work on this.
Walls are one of humanity's greatest inventions. They definitely stand above floors.
Thanks, Ada. And then I want, when I get the inverted things, I want that. But, yeah, see this. No, I didn't want that one. There we go. Concrete walls. Everything is made of concrete. Yeah, but I have to have all of these, so everything matches. I have to have that set up there, and then inverted, and then I have to do... it's such a mess trying to do this. So what about... There we go. The main thing I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get the wire to the inside so I can run it. And I think maybe... Yeah, see, this was going to be... I could either just layer this just incredibly stupidly, or I could just have this be straight and then... Maybe that would be the... Ooh. Okay, that actually is a much better solution to do... Oh, come on. Much better solution to do this way. Come on. So maybe I didn't need... No, I definitely still needed those. Inverted. Now we're going to probably end up coming back to get rid of these, so I will leave that alone. Just so that matches on the bottom. We'll see. Then this piece is not in because it can't be. Not yet. So then all I have to do is come over here with my power outlet, which I think this is going to have to just be half hidden in this for that to make all of its stuff. That's fine. And then that's fine there. So this needs to be hooked to this. That needs to be hooked to that. And then from the outside, which is always the most annoying part, you have to find the inside. Which that goes there. I think I've got to click this and then go back inside the other way. Yes. Okay. Then we have to do the same thing on this other one. Look at all that purple. That's kind of cool. So that's going to go in. And that goes there. Now, it may be easier for this side if I click that first and then come outside. There we go. And then get that. To there. Thank you very much, Gary, for the Gary Window Fund. Okay. So that's connected. We are still going to have to, when we actually place these, come inside and manually connect segment to segment. You can't do that in a blueprint. The double power outlets do share electricity with the outside. I have never been able to get that to work. All right, so the Gary protests are going to result in me having this No, get back in here. Get back in here. I didn't say you could leave. No. See, look what you did. Look what you did. Get back in here. Hey, you dinguses. Look. Can you just get inside here? You have to move yourself from there. Okay. All right, Gary has a window. Thank you, Gary, for the Gary window. And now, Gary. Very good. Heavy modular frames from Gary 1. Regular modular frames from Gary 3. Come on. Where's Gary 2? I have to just kind of jump and wildly aim to try and get them. There we go. Power slug from Gary 4. Come on, Gary 2. Where's Gary 2? There he is. 30 copper. Copper wire. Thank you, Gary 2. Why not 4 windows? Because I didn't want to put 4 windows in. But I think you can guess where most of this is going. Heavy modular frames actually aren't worth that much, so I'm just going to put them in here. Better to have those for later. Power slugs. I don't think I can actually put a power slug through here, can I? Well, okay, I shouldn't because power slugs are also limited. There's a finite number of those on the map. Alright, do I have even one more coupon? I do. So now I have 2 coupons. If I'm going to have them do basically anything else, I have to have like another 10 coupons. 'Cause I don't have infinite time to do this today either. But I really want to get this actually usable. That would be very nice. Then I can just have that whole thing all the way up to there. Quick wire. I wonder how much I get for quick wire, because I'm going to have a lot of it, but I only have 176 right now. I think it was 5 for the foundations, but the whole reason the quick wire thing hasn't been done is because I don't have the Mark II power. Might actually be faster for us to just go hunt enemies. Because that, I only need to have 4 pieces of enemy protein to get the next point. But I really should have something in here if it's going to be left unattended. That just doesn't make sense otherwise. Screws aren't exactly a quick thing, but I do have a lot of those in here, so that's probably the easiest way to do it. Make sure to just keep my 1 stack. That's overclocked. It's like, I really want to put some of these things in there, but I know it would be a mistake, especially computers. Okay. So I think we're going to have to go do some hunting here. Now, where do we have something we can kill? Because I don't want it to just be a random go get lost somewhere thing. Ideally close to where we are. Can't kill those. Maybe up here? I do not believe lizard doggos drop protein, no. Now, if we have some kittens in here, That would be... I hear them. Come, donate your bodies to science. Oh, that's poison gas. I don't know that I can get in here without getting poisoned. Can I agitate them with rebar? That completely missed. That's poison gas. Are these things just immune to getting hit with rebar? Or is it because I have them on hologram mode? Or is it like one of those things like in RuneScape where you safe spot stuff? Come on, just get over here. I can't get in there because there's poison gas. I want your protein. I need your protein. Alright, that's no longer a worthwhile expenditure of my time. Ballistics in this game are a little easier if you don't have arachnophobia mode on, because then you can actually see what the hitbox is instead of a hologram, but I keep that on because there's at least a few people who have indicated they would prefer for that to be on. Oh, these stupid things. Come back here. Alright. That gives me 2. Alright, what about... Whoa. That's the big one right there. This will give me 4 just by itself. That didn't give me 4, it only gave me 2. Really? That's annoying. Well, it's still worth coming in here. And now there is a yellow power slug. Ooh, and some kitten noises. Is there another one of those? Oh, these stupid things. Alright. I hate these things so much. See, I don't know where it is, and I can't jump up there without it being a whole ordeal, so that's not going to be really possible for me to stealthily approach this. I just have to do that. Alright. At least now I can grab this. Alright. Nobody else behind me, right? Okay, come out and play. Or are you just afraid of me? No? Alright, so that gives me Stinger Remains. That gives me Stinger Remains. Thank you, Hologram, for blinding me. Anybody else in here? Doesn't seem like it. Alright. Well, this is enough protein for us to get at least 1 more coupon, so that's good. You've been playing for 2 hours. Yes. We'll do a little bit more. I usually try to do about 2 to 3 hours on these. This was not a good choice, but it's fine. You don't take damage inside the car. We'll move this over there. Yep, still going for now. We have a window for Gary. And also Gary. I don't think they have anything new for us, but we're going to check. Alright. Ooh, plastic. Thank you, Gary 3. Gary 4 has silica. Thank you, Gary 4. Alright, Gary 2 has nothing. Gary 1 has a yellow power slug. Thank you, Gary 1. Alright. That was worth stopping in. Now I can do... I have to put those back in, but I'll keep the plastic. Plastic's annoying enough to get starting out. Oh, 7 DNA capsules. Okay. Well, it's not going to get us more than 1 coupon, but that's going to get us 1 coupon at least. The quality of the things has greatly increased since the window's been there. That's objectively false. They were giving me nuclear power components before I gave them a window. So that should be 1 more coupon just from that. Yep. Okay. So I will have, in a little bit of time, 1 additional coupon for 4. That's not the right... There we go. The frequency does not increase. Alternative facts. Oh yeah, we sure know a whole lot about those now, don't we? Yeah, I want to get my... But the power things are for... Oh, and this is just a cosmetic thing, but I feel like I'm obligated to have it. Sloop. I haven't unlocked that yet. The sloops to do what do you call it? Oh, I feel like that's one of those things I have to alien energy harnessing. Yeah, because this has sloops in it. Because I think this is the one I have to unlock so that I can actually use the sloops to make more stuff. Because if we go to these machines, this is still locked. Oh, what was I doing? I already forgot. No, I already did that. Oh, I guess I was just waiting for another coupon. Yeah. Oh, I was going to check the price of the stuff. Yeah, see, this is 5 tickets. I always hit the wrong thing. And this is 4. This, I need to get the Caterium online. This is just a convenience, decent-looking whatever thing. But I feel compelled. I feel compelled to have it. Well, I would consider that to be, because I am running out of time, I would consider that to be enough progress for the day if I just had this done. But that means I need another whole ticket worth of stuff. That is not a very convenient thing to try and do. Alright, I'm going to empty the inventory of this thing. And just put a bunch of these in here. How about that? Just keep my 1 stack of each. So that'll at the very least make it a little bit faster than screws. Yeah, ceiling mounts for belt logistics are convenient, but I don't design my factories around those typically. So It's going to be like another hour to get another coupon to get the inverted ramps. Why don't you split the storage input? You're going to have passive tickets? Well, the idea was that originally I had routed this directly into here from whatever garbage this was making, but now the modular frames are going to be too useful to do that with. So the problem is, to kill more stuff, we have to go further and further and further and further away, which is not always a convenient proposition. I also don't exactly remember how to get some of these places. I think I can drive over here. The eventual goal is to have this all be actual elevated roadways and then later monorail, but I've only got 65. Alright, we're gonna see what we can do. Oh, I don't even remember where I got the Garys. Seriously? There we go. It seems very intentional that this vehicle's top speed is 69 kilometers per hour. Ah, yes. This is a big boy. I got 4 just from him. Reminder that I needed 5. Thank you for bumping me while I was trying to pick up your brother's desiccated corpse. Alright, come on. Well, these guys certainly made it convenient to pick up all their bodies at once. Where's the 4th one? I don't see the 4th one. I don't want to pick up flowers and leaves. That's just inventory clogging. There were 4 of those, right? Anyway. I gotta eat something. There's a Mercer sphere up here, isn't there? Oh, that's not a right now problem. Oh, I don't want that. Get out of here. I don't want that wood. So what I can do while I'm in the crafting bench, at least, is get these turned into capsules. I want to say there's some more of these. Is that Caterium? Do I want it? No, but it's going to bug me if I leave this here. Okay, so this is our coal plant. Somewhere over here. Wait a minute. Okay, that's a lot of giraffe, space, penguin, whale tick things. One of these guys was really annoying to kill. I don't remember who it was. I think it was the one that, like, would throw rocks at you. And I can't remember if I actually killed him or not. But somewhere else over here, what I was getting at is this guy. Yeah, he's like the turbo hog. Get back here. I absolutely cannot die to this. That would be just excruciatingly bad. I thought I already got this one. 120 megawatts? Or maybe I didn't because it was just a ludicrous amount of stuff. Alright. In fact, it's probably on the map. Is that thing charging me? No, it's not. Alright. Did I? I did. Okay, well, we can leave that alone. Let's just go back, because now I think I have enough to get... Oh, hello. Oh, I can't even climb up this, huh? Anybody else who's going to be an easy kill while I'm over here? How many of these do I have? 8. Okay, so that'll give me 16. I don't know if that's enough for 2 coupons. It might be. Well, regardless, it's more than I thought I was going to get, so... Might as well just do this now. I got it before. See, I thought I did, but it shouldn't let me... It shouldn't let me do that again, because if I've already cleared it, then it would be locked open. Now, if that spitter guy respawned, then we can hit him again. We'll see. Well, because now that we can deconstruct those after we collect everything, I've been doing that as much as I can. So that would lead me to believe that I hadn't gotten it already. But if you said that I got it, then there's no reason to believe that you're lying about that, because I would have done it on stream. I don't play this off of stream. I guess we'll find out. All enemies respawn. So yes, those things will be back. They will respawn unless you have an active machine in whatever their radius is. Alright, Gary's, what you got? Purple. Wow, purple slug. Haven't found one of those yet. Alclad aluminum sheets. Thank you, Gary. Ooh, these are dangerous. Nuclear nobelisks. And then Gary 3 has nothing. Well, that's okay, Gary 3. I say as I miss the ladder. Okay. I want to say there was a MAM research for purple slugs that I hadn't gotten yet. Yeah. Wait, what am I? I'm missing 4 copper sheets, really? Okay. Do I have any copper sheets? No, I do not. That's bauxite. Alright. Oh. Alright. I guess I'm going over here to get some copper. I should have one of these making... Or did I... No, that's all making regular copper stuff. Yes, you can build MAMs anywhere. That is very convenient. Yeah, I'll just take a bunch of those and go back here and make my own copper sheets. And then I can have the purple research.
Research completed. Purple power slugs seem to be near the end of their life cycle and have a significant amount of potential energy stored. It is a good thing Fix-It does not waste. Purple power slugs can now be processed into power shards.
Convenient. So, the synthetic power shards take 100 time crystals, which those are very, very, very expensive to make, so we won't be doing that right now. But now that I've got all this stuff squared away, all I have to do is pop in my 16 of those, and we will see if I get multiple coupons for this. Hey, Mike. We're about to end here in a little bit. But we did get 2 extra coupons. That's good. That means I can get my blasted inverted foundations, corner ramps, that I need for my stupid thing. And then we're one step closer to having Mark II wall power outlets. Okay, and then once I have this done, then I can actually build my ramps everywhere. And then we can drive the car. Okie dokie. So that goes away. Then I grab in foundation land. Inverted down corner 2 meters. This is going to have to attach to a different side of this for this to work. Unless I bought the wrong thing. I think this is the one I wanted here. Survey says no. That was not the correct spot to put that. I may have made a mistake. It's so temperamental trying to find somewhere for this to go. Oh, that's also the wrong one. 2 meters. Okay, because I want that corner to be here. This may not have been the right thing for me to purchase. In fact, it's looking like this was absolutely not the right thing for me to purchase. That's a drag. Because what I was trying to do was to have... Wait, maybe this has to be a multi-step process. Hold on. Let's put that there. All is not lost here. I just need this to be... Yeah, see, I want that to be a different thing. Is that... No. 2 meters? So, this is not exactly what I wanted. But I guess it's okay. It'll match with the corner at least. See ya, have fun. Now I have the Satisfactory itch after having it closed for a couple days. That's how it goes, huh? Well, that is one of the things I did buy, inverted up corner. But I can't help thinking I've got another way to organize that, but I guess that's I guess this is fine. See, I don't have enough like intimate knowledge about this construction technique stuff to really be confident in what I'm doing here. Well, I mean, this is it's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Unless this was something I could... I don't know, I probably don't need to worry about it. And if this is going to be just going straight up, I don't think I want this to have a Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm going to have to make multiple versions of this. Oh, why did that connect to that side? No, 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 no. That can't connect there. No, that has to be on the inside. Yeah, see, that side was fine. I'm going to have to make a slope start. Why did that... Why was it on the outside? That's hard. Okay. I'm going to have to make a slope start, which is what this is going to be, and then I'm going to have to make a slope continue, and then I'm going to have to make a slope top. Oh, I didn't do the... Okay. That's a problem. I didn't do the railing on the inside here. I do have to do that before we're done. Alright, so that goes... I'm not doing a 5-hour stream. I have things I have to do today. So that was on that side. There we go. And I can't just snap to that because it doesn't hold a slope. Alright, so that was on that side. There. No, 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 come on. You gotta be aiming exactly the right way. Alright, so there's my walkway railing. I've got the lamps in place. They're all wired. And this is the slope start, because it's got that to connect there. I think that's going to have to be good enough. Let's get that removed. And I can get this out of here, and then I can close that up, and then we'll have to make some modifications. Yeah, because that's going to be... There we go. Yeah, we're going to end here in a little bit. I need to make sure this is right before I take this much further. See, that was supposed to be... Yeah, that's fine. Alright. I'm going to save this as... No, I don't want to... Why is that flashing? Is it going to tell me what that is? Anyway. I want highway... Two-way elevated... Why is caps lock on? Slope... Alright. Slope S. Sure. S for start. Okay, this is actually objectively bad. Blueprint. Elevated slope start. Yes, okay. Why can I not use the escape key? Alright. Save blueprint. Alright, so now all I've got to do is get rid of that. Get rid of that. It's going to be really funny when I find that I made like a super basic mistake that's going to be annoying to fix after I've placed like 20 of these. Alright. That goes there, and then I need to get my inverted ramp wall there. And there. Alright, so that's the slope continue. Rename that. C for continue. I know my naming conventions cause people immense suffering. And then I need one for slope end, which I don't think is gonna be that big of a deal, but I'm gonna have to do my regular 2 meter. And I think to get that done, it actually needs to be... No, I don't... Okay, I don't think I'm gonna have to actually change this. Because of the way this is constructed, I think I can just... No, I'm going to have to change the top. I have to change the top part. Instead of being a slope. I think it will need something changed based on the height we're working with. But before we do that, I want to... Let's see. I really should rename these because it truncates the names too early. I need to build a slope start, and then I need to build that. So I don't have enough iron rods, and I don't have enough quick wire. So I will need to go... Yeah, I'm going to go build these, but I have to grab some of this. Alright, so I've got... Just grab another one of those, why not? 400 of those. I need quick wire, which I do not have over here, but I have Caterium, but it's not enough Caterium, so I guess... I should probably go ahead and make the rest of my Caterium ingots, and then see how much quick wire I can make. If I can make enough for one of these, then that's worth doing. Oh, 85. I'll have enough for both. Very good. There's also a very real possibility that I've made some sort of ridiculously bad math mistake. So let's hope that's not the case. I guess you guys would probably think it was funny anyway, so it wouldn't be a total loss. Alright. Go across here. Alright, so now I've got this that can be replaced. I just have to remember where I can stand to do that. Theoretically, if you're using snapping, it should just go. Slope S for start. I'm thinking, am I in... Auto connect. That's what I want. I want that to be... Okay, so that's looking promising. It's looking promising. Let's, yeah, okay. Did I accidentally do this right? It sure looks like it. Can I jump up here and... No, I cannot. Gonna have to do a running start. Okay. So the inside... That's unavoidable because of the way that it is. Actually, the slope start, I probably could have gotten away with not having this be a double ramp and just be a regular ramp. So I'm going to modify that real quick. Yeah, let's do this. Ramp, I need to make this the asphalt material. 2 meter ramp. 2 meter ramp, 2 meter ramp. And I can use my access up here to... That is not the correct way. Alright, let's try that again. Then I just have to paint center dotted line. So that... Okay, this... Oh, I don't like that at all. Okay. So, since this is already built, I'm not going to tear it out and rebuild it, but we are going to have to... Remind me to do this. Remind me to do this. We have to move these out. The railings. So now that we know this is mostly correct, not completely correct, just mostly correct, that feels good. Hopefully I remember to read chat after I asked you guys to remind me, and then you've reminded me. We will see what happens. Come on, There we go. Have to fix the railing on the other variant. Yeah, well, the variant that's currently loaded is also going to have to be changed, I can already tell. So we're going to see here. Okay, so that gets me pretty sure the vast majority of this fixed. You know, I don't hate this, but I do kind of wish that this was a railing instead of that. I can still change that later. But this on the inside now, sure, it looks ugly coming from this way, but what I can do is, first of all, fix this to be concrete. I can do inverted ramp here, and that will be a much kinder slope when looking inside, if people even care at all to look inside, which may or may not be the case. And there we go. So, you know, walking through here is actually possible now. I didn't connect these on the... Wait, what? I didn't connect these on the inside? Are they connected on the outside? They are. Why would I have done that? Why would I have done that? No empty connections. Okay, because that one's going... Why would I have done that? Oh, no, I did it. I can't actually get in here. Well, I mean, it works. Can I? No, I can't. All right. Because that's connected on the outside. But I did it on the... Okay, what am I doing? Genuinely, what am I doing here? And what is that? Is that the connection I made for this? I can't even walk under this. Alright, let's walk around. But these are connected on the inside, so I really shouldn't have to worry about it. I don't know, it's just... I'm not consistent when I make stuff, which bothers me, because I like to be, but I don't ever really know how. So that's connected to that. That's a different thing. I could not connect that because I didn't have enough, and that is connecting power to there. But I don't need that to be there, because I can just have this connected, and that's already connected on the outside, and then that, once we continue, which I'm not going to do because I need to change my thing, but that is actually looking decent. But what I needed to do now was to check when I put the flat piece on how that connects. Elevated, normal. Okay, blueprint auto connect. Come on. Don't tell me this isn't going to connect here. Without it being a huge pain in the butt. These should be identical. It wants to connect on the bottom because why? I don't think I can nudge this vertically. Okay, I can. Alright, so that is what... Oh, I think I can just delete this when the time comes for that. Alright, so this is actually passable. I did not think it was going to be passable. I need to check what the top side looks like. Okay, this is perfectly doable as is. I don't need to make a separate section for the top of a slope. That'll just be a manual adjustment, I think, to this thing. But I don't want that to be there. Where's my blueprint? Okay. All right, so we know this works. This is doable. So I guess all I've got to do now, the spacing on the lights is even correct? Good. All I have to do now is adjust to those, and I think we'll be good. And then I will absolutely have to be done. Alright. Before we start adjusting, we go visit Gary. And Gary, and Gary, and Gary. And then while we're adjusting, maybe they'll have time to find something else. Hello, Gary. 6 motors. Thank you, Gary 1. Thank you for the bombs, Gary 3. Thank you for the other bombs, Gary 2. And thank you for the steel beams, Gary 4. Alright, so the one we have loaded right now is the... I'm pretty sure it's the continuation one. So... all we've got to do on this one is... scroll up and read the comments. Double ramp to regular railings on the notch to the outside. Oh, the regular was a different one. But this, we need to change the railings on all of these anyway. So... that will be fine there. Let's, that way. No, I don't want dismantle mode blueprint. No, go the other way, thank you. It's probably a faster, more efficient way to do this than what I'm doing. No, there we go. Or I can fall off the blueprint. Good job. Lower level. Okay, this one didn't need the lower level fixed. That was the other one. But yes, we do need to reload the other blueprint when we get around to it. Alright, so now this one can be... yes. This central roadway needed wider. Okay, and that's the top of there. Okay. Alright, and then one more here. We decided everything else was fine, so this is good here. Which means I should be able to just jump off of this, get rid of my ladder. And then hit save on this. Unless... No, the inside was correct. That we decided that was correct. Slope continue. Save blueprint, yes. So now I need to load the slope start. As long as it didn't load both of them at the same time, which I don't think it did. Slope start needed the very beginning taken care of, which was, instead of that being a double ramp, it needed to be... oh, I didn't move the railings on this yet. It is going to be snazzy, if we can ever manage to do it. Oh, I can't build on the outside. Alright, let's just put this here. Yeah, so that needs to be 2-meter ramp changed to asphalt. And then there. Then I need to do the customizer for the center dotted line. And then I need to make sure I change this back to concrete so nothing bad happens. These need to be moved because they are somehow in the wrong spot. I don't know how I didn't catch that. Industrial railings. The Afro Man saga is a very interesting piece of lore. I think is probably probably the only comment I really should make about it, but I know if I wouldn't have messed with the pound cake, I'll tell you that much. Okay, that's in the right spot there. Let's get that on the correct side. I don't know why I only went 3 pieces of... that bugs me, because normally I'm good about this. Well, I guess I shouldn't really be making claims like that when it's obvious that I'm not. Okay, that's there. Let's get that to here. Okay, is there anything else? Because now it's wide enough. We didn't have to mess with that. And the inside having that, I think, was probably better. Oh, there was an inverted 1 meter ramp. That needed to be on the underside. Come on, really? There we go. That was the last piece. Yes, I placed the dotted line. Yep, extra slope inside should be good to go. And the top wasn't something that needed to be messed with, and we were going to just manually modify on the continuation so we don't have to have a third one. Alright, sounds good to me. And that's a slope S. Hit save. Alright, that seems good. I just need to make more continuation slopes. How many did I need? Was it 3? Yeah, so now I need the quick wire, which I don't have, and I disconnected that thing. Well, I can get the quick wire when I go back up. Concrete, I'm going to have to go and grab. We'll just drive. And then we'll hit Gary up on the way back. So now I've got 1,000 concrete. I'll get 1,500. That should be good for a while. But because we have the technology, I can just hold some in the car. And that seems like a good way to go about this. There we go. All right, down we go. I don't know that lizard doggos would taste very good. I hope you're not talking about our actual human friend, Gary. That is... I ran over myself. And I got an achievement for it. Alright. Cool. He left the chat, but he doesn't seem like he'd be into it. Yeah, probably. I don't think most people would be. Screws from Gary 1. Rotors from Gary 4. Come on, let me click on somebody else. Besides Gary 4, please and thank... Come on, really? Gary 3 has a blue slug, and Gary 2, should he allow me to click on him, has nothing. Thank you anyway. Alright, so that's good for now. The lights are about to come on. So let's make our way. And I know this doesn't connect all the way over here. That's fine. Swamp chicken? You talking about alligators? I've had alligator before. It's an interesting texture. Okay, let's make our way over here, grab some more quick wire, and then start building some more slopes. Oh, that's a guy I don't want to mess with. Let's run away from there. And there we are. Alright, how much quick wire did I accidentally leave up here before I unplugged everything? Alright, that is a prodigious quantity of quick wire. Thank you very much, past me. Most things can be made tasty with enough spice and the right technique. You are correct. Okay, now I already manually fixed this one. The lights are on, except that one is... That one's not on. Why is that not on? This one should absolutely be on. Am I going to be able to hit this without... Come on. God, really? Alright, I'm going to have to make a ladder here so I can get up on top of this. No power? What do you mean no power? I got power in here. I connected all these. No, come on. Stay down there. That's it's not connected on the inside. Not connected on the inside. Now it is. And then I'm going to have to manually cycle it. What do you mean no power? Every other one of these has power. What do you mean this has no power? Unless... Oh, okay. I disconnected that one from the one inside by mistake. That was what my problem was earlier. Okay. There we go. Excellent. So now I have to blueprint my way out of this with a continuation that doesn't want to play nice. Okay, let's hologram this again. Okay, that seems right. I do have to connect the stuff, but let's first of all check this with the power. Okay, that's gonna go here to here. That's gonna go here to here. Okay, let's take these out. Okay, I didn't quite bring enough materials to do everything I wanted to do. I'm going to want utility access, probably again at the top of this, but I know I don't have enough materials for that. Oh, was this... I didn't fix this on the blueprint. Okay, that's really annoying. I'm going to have to go back and change that. That was the power you were referring to. Okay, well, then you get all the credit, I suppose. That is quite aggravating. But at this point, it's going to be faster for us to just build it and correct it here and then fix the blueprint later. Alright. Slip continue. That's 8 there. Then we'll do it again. Now I just have to go and manually connect everything. You know, I could have put lights down here if I were actually thinking about it. Missing oh, come on, man. Now I don't have enough cable? Do I have any, I do, okay. Alright, time for a really stupid, crafting bench placement. Alright, let's try that. Alright, so that goes there. Come on. That goes there. So now all I need to do is just go hook up these other street lights. I'll do this one at the very top first. I really needed to build one more of these, but I don't think I have the materials for it. Alright, and now, should be from this one, yes. And we'll just go up to that one. Alright, so now we have all of these. The lighting is actually just about perfect, in my opinion. That works nicely. So that can be removed, that can be removed. If I can build one more of these without going back, then I'm going to be very impressed with myself, which is not a very smart thing. Of all things, I'm missing iron rods. Seriously? Oh, and I don't even have any. Okay. Well, that is a major drag because the car is far. Well, at least we know we have everything else. No, come on. Let's add one more continuation and then normal, and then I guess utility access would be smart, but I don't actually need to have... I guess I can make a couple of those. We'll have to connect all the pillars and everything too, but we're not there yet. At least we got to see it with the lights on at night. I think it's cool. I know that draws a lot of power. Over time, everything adds up, but it does look nice. Hey, remember when I said it was going to be a 2-hour stream, and now we're coming up on hour 3, and I still haven't, you know, fixed everything? Alright, now it's time to go back and fix the lighting in here, which... I'm going to have to break through the wall. I think. Yeah. Cannot forget to fix the wall. Alright, so this here, power line, has to connect to... Oh, how did I do that? Has to connect to that. And that connects everything else. That should be fine. Come on. There we go. Now I just have to fix the wall. And come on. There we go. Alright, so this is going to be elevated slope. Oh, this is the slope S. Well, I guess that also needed to be fixed. Alright, now let's just reload the continued one. You stupid idiots. Clear designer. Load blueprint. No, 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 that's the wrong one. There we go. Now I've got to do this again. All right. Okay, the one in the start might have already been done. Yeah, it might have already. No, you. God. Okay, this is irritating. Come on, jetpack. Come on, jetpack. I can't see through here to actually do this, which is the most frustrating part. Oh, son of a... Come on. Okay, don't need... I need that. There we go. Alright, so at least that's taken care of. Let's try this one more time. I'm going to fix this. And then we're going to load... God, you stupid idiots. Load the S. And then we have to evaluate our thing here. How many... Okay, that already has 2. I don't think I can grab this from outside. Or can I? No, I don't have an angle on it. Can I stand on top of this? I cannot even... Okay, that does say 2. Alright, so that is fine. That was always fine. Okay, solar panels. Can you even make solar panels in this game? Why don't you drive the tractor onto the road now? I mean the big one, because I can't get to it from this side because I don't have enough materials to build the straight ones all the way out here. See you, Gary. Okay, what was the thing I had to fix that I hadn't fixed? I think it was just the street light. The solar panels would be against the spirit of the game. You were probably correct. I think that was the, I think that's what the devs said, actually. Okay. I think this is fine. Or was I going to change when I got to the, when I got to the top of the thing, was it going to change? No, that's a manual thing. Well, I'm going to call that good enough for right now. Let's say hi to the Garys again. Alright. Modular frames. Cable, that's actually very useful currently. And circuit boards. And a purple slug. Thank you, Garys. Now, I suppose I should go gather the rest of my materials and build one more of those things. Then I absolutely must end stream. Let's do... Never want to get caught without rods. Copper sheets. I only need 20 copper sheets, and I have... I don't think enough ingots to get enough copper sheets. So let's see. Yeah, not even close. We're going to have to go get more. And we need more cable anyway, so I guess that's fine. Can the Garys find spheres and sloops? I don't think so, because those are finite items. There's only so many on the map. Let's get 2 of those. And then I'm just going to have to steal a stack of ingots. Heard, Mike. Thank you. Regarding your earlier message. We will see. I know I keep saying I'm super busy, but I am. I got like 3 weeks worth of stuff to catch up on from when I was out. But I am very curious. I thought the slugs were finite as well, and they're spamming them. Okay, you know what? That's a good point. That is a very good point. Oh, I forgot to get more concrete. We'll have to do that. I think it was the utility access one was the one that needed the copper sheets anyway, but I don't remember for sure there. All right, I really should be driving the car to go get this, but I don't want to go find the car. That's all the concrete I have? Maybe I shouldn't have sunk all the concrete. Well, I guess we need to improve our concrete situation. That can be a thing we can do probably next stream. If I remember, which I might not. But now we can go back over there, put that last incline in, and then probably, but not guaranteed, put in the utility access one. We will see what happens. I can't really commit to any more than this anyway. Oh, I did put a ton of concrete in the truck, didn't I? See, I never remember where I stashed these things. Also, that sign does not need to continuously say utility access corridor. That's just what I put on there to begin with. So we're going to see what else I can get away with doing here. Yeah, just crash right into that thing. That's a great idea. Alright, let's go up. The truck cannot ascend a 1-to-1 slope. But the tractor can. Now, if I can get this to go up here, then I will be in very good shape. I don't think it's going to, but it's worth trying. No way. All right. That is convenient. Now all we have to do is get this going up here. You know what? I guess this could be the utility one. Alrighty. Let's try this again. Elevated slope continue. Please snap. Thank you. Why is this suddenly extremely tall? Alright, so somehow this was right? Good old-fashioned American engineering. Yeah, sometimes, you know, sometimes we make stuff that isn't complete garbage. Let's see. That's connected. I know it's not dark, so we can't see about the rest of the stuff, but now I feel pretty confident with this to put in the regular normal blueprint, which is there. I just need to make sure this is going to be set up correctly. Okay, is there like a... Okay, I wanted blueprint. That's why it was like this. Okay. Now, that was set up there. Let's check this. Yeah. That works. That works quite nicely. Okay, it was a mod. Refined solar power. Noted, though, because that could be very useful if I decide I'm enough of a sicko to keep playing this game beyond actually winning everything. Okay, and then blueprint auto-connect there. Oh, it's the wrong way. Hold on. I gotta turn it around. There we go. Manhole cover. Well, that's what this is. The utility corridor one. Yeah, that's what this is supposed to be. So now... Yeah, I was gonna try to find a way to smooth this out. And then I have to go from down below, but I don't think I can get away with doing this differently. So after I connect here... And... Oh, that was already... Wait a minute. Am I missing... Oh, no, these are just different. Okay, this is fine. I know I probably don't need that, but I'm just going to put it there anyway. This was going to be the inverted ramp. 1 meter. Again, not strictly speaking necessary, but it does kind of, you know, ease the transition here. And now I need to get below so I can see. First of all, let's see, do we have power? We do. Wait, it says no power. I thought I fixed this. That's connected. Oh, because these... Okay. Remember, folks, I have to remember how to reconnect all my stuff that I thought was going to be such a smart idea to design it that way. Now these are all connected, or they should be. Let's check and see. Okay. That says it's connected, and this says it is connected. All right. So we now have straight, or level. We have up, and then we have level again. This does not have to say utility corridor access. We could instead have that say quick wire factory, however many meters. And then this will be another straight. And then directly off the straight, we'll just have a intersection, which means I guess I should design an intersection unit. But, like I said, oh, that was a mistake. I need to do a transition here. And then we should probably put these support pillars in. Which, maybe we don't need one of those every single little tiny bit, but we'll see. See what we can get ourselves into. Let's walk up here. And then I think it's going to be a pretty simple process from here, because all I will have to do... Oh, no, I don't want blueprint mode. All I'm going to have to do is take an inverted down corner And yeah, just like that. Just like that. That looks pretty good. I am happy with that. I don't want basic wall. I want inverted ramp. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. You can't really see it from this angle, but that looks pretty good. Pretty good. I am not upset about that at all. Inverted down corner. Make sure it's in the correct... yep. I absolutely put that in backwards. And... that... yes. Okay. And that's an uncommon enough thing where I don't think I need to modify the blueprint at all. I think that is fine just like it is. That actually looks pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, the green, we figured it. Yep, the highway system green. So I don't think I have enough materials to do this again in terms of making a normal... oh, I do. Except for the concrete, which I do have, but I think I want to design an intersection piece. I'll tell you what, let's just connect these to the ground. Since I am already here. No reason not to. And that has to go way on the bottom of this. That cactus just got completely entombed. Okay, that's connected. That's fine. This over the lake I have not done. And I don't know that it's really that big of a deal. Can I go... do I need to go under the water? I don't think I need to go under the surface of the water because these also, I don't think, had it, but... I will put that there just for the sake of appearances. That should be done. Yeah, see, that's good. I don't think I need to have this ladder here. Alright, and then we just have this other bit. Hello! We're literally about to end stream here in just a minute or two. It's good to see you. Let's get this in place. I don't think I need to go more than that, except for here, because it's going through the rock. That's fine. And I can't tell if on the other side of that there's going to be a gap, so I guess we'll have to look. And no, surprisingly. That actually looks decent. Alright, and the car is up here. If I am willing to get rid of this ramp, I can probably get most of my concrete back that I need. That's fine. Okay, and I want to make, before I do my other thing, I want this to be... or do I want this one to be the T? I guess I could probably justify this one being the T, but it's going to line up slightly better if it's here. Should be 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Or maybe I put a T here, a straight piece, and then a T so I can... okay, that's what I'll do. I'll do a straight piece, but for now I can take a normal ramp just because I'm already here. And that way I can drive the tractor after I get a lot of this. Fill up my inventory. I know this is not connected to power, so since power is already here, and that is going to be a problem if I don't have that connected later anyway. We'll have that going. No, 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 I don't want that. Down. Do not fall off. Thank you. Then up we go. And we can just drive all the way back down. Alright. So that is the extent of our road here. We're going to change what the signs say. And then at some point this will just probably go straight through here once I move the blueprint designer, but that is currently a very convenient place for that to go. I guess I could just drive this all the way back through here. No showers, no. Alright, let's do a little bit of housekeeping here. And then I'm going to check to see what the Garys have. Okay, I do have one extra. I don't need all this quick wire, so I think I can have them get rid of some of this. I'll keep 1,000 of it. And then I'll just come over here. The doggos need a shower. What kind of dogs do you know that take showers every day? 7 rotors from Gary the 4th. Gary the 2nd has some more pulse nobelisks. Come on, let me click on somebody else. Gary 1 has more silica. That's useful as we're wanting to put more windows in. And Gary 3 has more rifle ammo. Thank you for the ammo, Gary 3. And that is that. Let's put some of this in our safekeeping. And then I think just the explosives have a spot. Oh, I don't have a spot for the nuke nobelisks, do I? Or that. I think this is about as much as I can get in here. Maybe. I don't see any other stuff that's overlapping. Alright, well, that was very productive, and we still have not done anything towards Space Elevator Phase 2. However, we have an actually decent-looking road network, and we have to still make the intersection pieces, but I am pretty happy with that, and soon we're going to have tractors actually automated this. Who'd you rescue the dogs from with their pooping ammo? That's a very good question. But I think this is where I've got to end it for today. I went a whole hour, more than I wanted to do originally. But we got some good stuff done, and it's always nice to hang out with you folks. I appreciate all the support, and look forward to the next time we can stream Satisfactory. Maybe this week. We'll see. We finished the Transport Fever 2 playthrough last week that I wanted to get done. And I know we still have beavers, but I don't know when I'm going to stream that again next. We'll see. I know I have to do the Folktales playthrough. I got to get that wrapped up probably in the next couple of weeks. And then I've got a bunch of mods I want to get through. A whole bunch of interesting new factions have popped up. So we're going to see what happens. I've got some ideas. Transport Fever 2 is done. The playthrough, the Trains Only one's done. I'm probably going to do another one. Not Trains Only, but I wanted that achievement, so I figured I'd make it a playthrough. But I don't know when Transport Fever 3 is coming out. So if we're going to start a new one, then I probably should do it sooner rather than later. We will see. Timberpunk map, I'm considering it. I don't know what faction I'd want to do it with, but seeing the colony submission with that made it look a little bit less intimidating. Anyway, I got to have a great rest of your day. Once again, thanks for hanging out. It's always fun, and we'll see you in the next one as soon as I can free my mouse. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.